Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. On August 30th, the EU removed the United States from the safe travel list. Joining me to discuss is Carolyn Lupini, travel rewards analyst with Forbes Advisor, a trusted destination for unbiased personal finance advice, news, and reviews, and what exactly this means for us. Carolyn, it's great to see you again. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Good to see you again, too. Thanks for having me.
As the Delta variant surges among unvaccinated communities in the US, the EU took action to clamp down on tourists entering Europe without proof of vaccination. So, Carolyn, what does this mean? Can we still travel?
Americans can still travel to Europe. What's happened is that the EU has removed the US from their safe list, but that's a recommendation to the EU member states. Each state can still decide what it wants to do on its own. And so what we're going to see is a lot of different reactions from different countries, but most countries will probably still accept vaccinated travelers. Some countries have already come out and said that they still plan to accept vaccinated travelers. And even before this recommendation was made, many countries were already doing what they decided was best for their countries. We had already seen Germany, for example, requiring vaccinations. So I think we're just going to start to see more and more of that, and we might see some additional testing requirements as well.
Since COVID is a dynamic situation, how can we be prepared for rapid changes?
The main way to be prepared is to just know that you're going to have to be flexible. Everything is changing all the time. The EU is reevaluating every 2 weeks which countries are on their safe list and which countries aren't, and each country is changing their recommendations and requirements all the time. So if you're booking travel, especially internationally, be prepared to be flexible and have a contingency plan in place if things change.
Well, at the end of the day, we have to come back home to the United States. What should travelers know?
Everyone should know that regardless of what country you're traveling to, right now, to get back into the United States, a negative COVID test or a statement of recovery from a doctor is required. So even if you can leave the country without a COVID test, you can't come back right now without one, or a statement saying that you have recently recovered from COVID. So that means, especially with all of these breakthrough cases that we're seeing with Delta, you could get stuck abroad for 2 weeks or longer. So make sure you're accounting for that in all of your travel plans.
And Carolyn, have the credit card companies been more flexible with travel points and rewards that have built up over the past 18 months?
We have seen some additional flexibility, especially from the airline programs. A lot of the programs, Delta, United, American, have all increased flexibility with reward redemptions. It used to be that once you booked something, if you didn't have status, you had to pay a fee to make a change or cancel that ticket. But now you'll see that most tickets are changeable and cancelable without any additional fees.
All right, Carolyn, we appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.